press of a button. We'll see if this works well for those joining us on Facebook. Let me get the main screen out of here.
I'm digging that haircut.
Thanks for joining. If you are seeing us on Facebook in the CMPI Group Official, the few friends we have there today, we appreciate you. I congratulate you for taking advantage of the resources we're putting out there for everyone. I'll pop my headphones in so I can hear the guys. We are live on Zoom. There's a few of us here you can see. If you do want to join us on Zoom for the Monday trainings, you can reserve your spot and get the reminders here. Or you'll see a Monday post where I'll set the custom link for each Monday. Thanks for the like there, Robert. So appreciate that. So today we want to talk about Facebook Live. If you're not using it, you're missing out, right? There's a lot of benefits. When we go live on our profile, it notifies everybody versus just the like 2% that we normally get in a normal post. So when we go live for about 10 minutes, people will start to get notifications that their friends are watching. And the videos don't just stay on Facebook. When you do a live video, when it's not a secret group, like the crypto mining passive income group, the people that are getting this message today, you can actually embed that anywhere. You can take it and put it in your blog post or on your virtual business card or wherever you may deem it valuable to the audience, or even allow other people to embed your videos. So when you're doing a live Facebook video, you can go back and change some of the settings. And that's a little bit of what I wanted to talk about here today and kind of show you a few tricks to what we're doing. I'm coming to you today live via Zoom directly. And that actually just happens by chance. I wanted to show you guys Restream today so I could put this on a couple private channels and stream some parts of my stream public and some parts private or whatever, to show you that it's pretty powerful software. You can do pretty much anything you want with. So one of the coolest parts about Facebook Lives is on those videos, during the video, you can actually go in and pin a message, a comment. So I was looking for our go live here, but I don't see the notification. I might have jacked it up when I changed the screen over here. So, yeah, I'm not seeing the live session anymore. If we are live, can one of you guys let me know? I'll check the phone.
It's saying live here. It says live on Facebook while I'm watching you on Zoom.
Okay, if you got something saying live on Facebook, then it should be live to the group, but I just don't see any notifications here. Could be because I changed windows. I like moved that window away and like it reloaded the window. Anyhow, we'll upload this. Worst case, yeah, I'm not seeing the go live notification. So worst case, we'll just re-upload this. No problem. We're recording the cloud via Zoom. So what I wanted to share is that on these platforms, there's a couple different ways that you can actually get the engagement. So maybe pin a link to your live video. I got a thumbs up. Thank you. Bear with me. My notes froze. That's great. Hi. Hey, we're live. I got your message. All right. So let's see if my notes are good here. So not only can you do maybe like a pinned comment during your live video, but you could make that comment collect emails, maybe lead to a form to join your group, or maybe have notes, maybe like cliff notes, like maybe you take your call to action, that pinned comment or what have you, and do some overlays in something like OBS, and make your stream look really incredible, and make that call to action maybe something more than just let me have you join my Facebook group. Maybe you invite guests on your stream and have some sort of collaboration, or do something like that. You're going to see us doing a lot more of that with Crypto Mining and Passive Income Group. We started live sessions last week, the week before Father's Day, the previous week, out in San Antonio. And we're going to keep those going. We're going to invite live audience, kind of get a feel for how we can be the most useful to the community out there and deliver some of these strategies. We're working on different items for the group to have value for what we maybe would want to be live streaming. But I wanted to drop some knowledge bombs like this piece of software you see here in front of you. This is OBS. It's open source software. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And you can do pretty much anything you want with overlays. You kind of set them up, like you can see we have our graphics here, and we're just like going to set that where it needs to go or what have you. We can set different scenes so we can actually go through and maybe make some fades or transitions and talk to our audience or whatever. Maybe we have some cool stuff. You'll see a lot of people on Twitch using OBS to do custom animations and things like that for interactions that are happening. So I love to do that as well. I haven't had a whole lot of time to do a lot of fun, fancy stuff because we're building out the back end for this group so that you have all the tools that you need and resources like these knowledge bombs, these nuggets, in a format where you can access them at your own pace whenever you like. And so it's a little bit complicated getting started here versus clicking go live in your Facebook post. I think most everyone in this room has done this before. And if you haven't, feel free to reach out. But what you'll do is pretty much go to your settings. You'll need something called an API key. If you use a service like Restream that I was mentioning, you go to restream.io, you set up your account, and they'll give you something. It'll say right there, this is your stream key. So you go to settings and you grab your stream key and enter it in there. You can do that right here on the second tab. You just grab the key. Say you're streaming just to Facebook. Facebook will have a key for you. Twitch, YouTube, whatever. You're always welcome to join that way. How else can we connect on Facebook Live? I mentioned earlier some of those live strategies where you might want to have a guest or maybe interview somebody. So I am working on a podcast right now. The podcast is set up from Zoom interviews. But we want to set up some live interaction within the group too. So what we're thinking about doing, or what we already decided to do, and if you go look at the Crypto Mining Passive Income group, you'll see we updated the description. And one day a week, we're going to be featuring some sort of solution in the main group. So we'll discuss them in depth here in the back office so that you guys, in the master group and the mastermind group, so that you guys have all the tools and all the knowledge necessary to participate in the discussions and maybe even generate business. Today is Monday, so it's Promo Monday in the Facebook group. I believe the features are Friday, like Feature Friday, or maybe it's Thursdays. But the description's all in there. If you're interested in being one of those guests that's featured, there are definitely some people here I would love to feature. Reach out to us. And one way we could do that is say a Facebook Live, and we can repurpose that content using some of the tools and software and stuff that we've learned about here to go back to our blog, back to our podcast, to go out to tweets, to become walkthroughs like we're talking about right now. Everything I'm taking right now, I'm gonna go ahead and set it together in a sheet. We'll put it inside the Facebook group, and you can access this. If you're joining us, the Facebook group growth hacks are linked in the description of the CMPI official group. Some of you already have access to it. It's not actually there yet. So if you're catching this video, it might be there. A few of the VIPs already have access to it. But I promised a multitude of strategies, and there's only a dozen in there so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that up now that it has a little bit of room. But moving on, you can go ahead and have full screen conversations, conduct interviews, do anything like that on Facebook Live. You can even use some of the strategies that are in the growth hacking groups and growth marketing groups that you find through like messaging campaigns and messaging strategies to find influencers and find people that maybe you'd want to interview that actually help increase your know, like, and trust factors, which is a lot of the reason that business owners and crypto entrepreneurs are here in the group. Is we want to make an impact, or most of us want to sell a product. And to do that, people buy from people they know, right? They know, like, and trust. So pretty simple stuff there. To do those live events, you just schedule the event and then add the presenter, whatever. You'll just ask them like, hey, what's your Facebook email? You can actually use their Facebook email if they know what that is, or you can use the email they use to log into Facebook. Like I use a Gmail, so I would give someone my Gmail. When you schedule an event on Facebook, you can add other presenters, and then you just press start. You can add moderators as well. Like maybe if you need somebody to clean up comments or be able to edit stuff, but they're not going to be on screen with you. But anyhow, schedule the event and you can go ahead and turn that broadcast on with the other presenter on your screen. I should be taking my own advice here, but I like to keep it kind of calm and not pitchy or anything here in the group. But really, to have an engaging video, you got to be next level high energy, right? That's why we see, I don't want to say you have to be, the easiest way, high energy, keep people guessing what's going to happen next. So have some intrigue, change the story, do these kind of things. But really, without any smoke and mirrors, the most important thing is how-tos, provide some inspiration, be remarkable, create emotions, like funny. You know, if there's no benefit to the videos, then nobody's going to watch them. No one's going to watch the replays or anything like that. So really, to dive in, I wanted you guys to know that there's OBS, simple little like restream, or just go grab your scheduled event with your live stream API, live stream. Is it API key? It's stream key, your live stream key. Hit your settings in OBS, add your stream key, and then press start streaming. It's pretty much that easy to go live. If you're not sure what to talk about or what to say or where you should go live or what you should be streaming about or any of these things, people want authentic video. So like, this is my office. This is where I sit. This is where I work. This is where I'm at every day. If you hit me on the phone, you're calling me in here. You know, this is my little spot. I'm usually pacing like over here on this side. But you know, that's the barrier. You know, that's what it takes, is you press start streaming and be authentic. And if we're not already using Facebook Live, I challenge you all, I challenge anyone catching this restream to go live and then come back and share a link to that live here, and we'll go show you some support and show you some love and watch your video and share it where appropriate. You know, that being said, you can use these videos or portions of these videos. Like if I would have shaved earlier, like I wanted to, I could use this video a little bit more liberally, but I can certainly use this with any audiences I know that I can bring value to. You can do with Facebook Lives. One cool thing is, like, let's say you have a live event where you're doing some joint venture marketing, or you're talking about your brand, or you're talking about business owners and trying to help people, or you're talking about marriage counseling and trying to help people in relationships, or you're talking about, you know, strong women who coach business leaders from home, or whatever you're doing. I don't want to necessarily say niche, but whatever it is that you're providing in your video, you can determine how long your audience and sectors of that audience, like maybe people in your city, watch your video, right? So maybe people that watch it less than 25 seconds, that's audience A. And audience A doesn't get paid targeted ads, but people who watched your video over 60 seconds, maybe they get targeted ads. People who watch 90% of your video, let's say it's a 6-minute long video, whatever. Maybe they have a very highly targeted ad that goes to them that's really just super value impact. Say you have a service business, exactly what your value message is, so that in that first 5 seconds on their YouTube ad, they don't know who you are and why you're there. And so that's why you maybe would want to use go lives. That's why it's so important to go live in public channels, not just secret channels where you're like we're doing right here today, but actually for your brand and to increase engagement. If you want any help developing a script, if you want any help, breaking down those barriers, things that probably just exist in your mind, pardon me, take notes right now. You want to grab people's interest. Number one, you want to pique some curiosity, hey, this crazy thing happened, this next thing, you wouldn't believe how screwed I got today. Or my buddy just, I don't know what happened. Yeah, he just messaged me. He just walked like 2.5 miles in flip-flops in Mexico down the highway with no hat, just toasting. He just had a rough experience, But that's kind of stuff that maybe you start off talking about, and that really piques people's curiosity, right? So it really doesn't, you don't have to have some amazing message. So one, grab some interest. This is one way, hey, hit play, that's one way. Or maybe it's more subtle in the way that the title is, and piquing curiosity and stuff like that. So one, we want to get curiosity. Two, we want to get some interest immediately. So high attention, come look, whatever. Get some curiosity, pique some curiosity, in maybe that title or that first line of the sentence, or maybe in the first little bit of our script. We want to inform people of our credibility, the reason that maybe, like, for example, I have 15 years experience in infrastructure as a service, data center services. I am a technologist. I've worked with some of the largest corporations across the globe in online business and e-commerce, and worked in business development for over 10 years before going into a brand ambassador role for one of the globe's largest web hosting companies. After that, I left to create my own business, because in experiencing my customers' problems, I was able to find ways to generate my own income. And that's powerful stuff. I think a lot of us want time freedom. I don't want to say bragging, but I was just talking about it's amazing to be able to go take the kids to the park right now. I just pick up my laptop. I go to work. My wife's watching the kids. I'm there. Something happens. I can get up, take a break, 15 minutes, go play, push them on the swings, do whatever. I can go to the games. Those things are amazing, right? And that's kind of what we're talking about in those experiential scripts. If you need a little bit of an outline, grab interest, pique curiosity, introduce some credibility, and then the next thing is the aha. And then I realized, like, I had a similar experience and did this, and don't make these mistakes that I've made. Do it the old way or the new way. And then I realized the new way. And then ask someone to take action. Like I'm asking you to take action right now. I'm asking you to take this information and go live. Maybe it's a 30-second video. It's not a big deal. I mentioned the longer videos gain higher attraction, but that's something that's more formulated and maybe has a higher strategy to gaining business. I'm challenging you today to overcome the barriers, and then come share that back here in the CMPI official group. And if you know somebody who can get some value from the CMPI official group, tell them about Crypto Mining Passive Income Group. Tell them what we're doing here. We're helping entrepreneurs take their knowledge, their passion, and turn it into a full-time career. Go ahead and invite them into the official group as you're a member, and you're welcome to do so. Let's talk about that longer video. Let's say it's 3 or 10 minutes. Don't do a lot of what I did. Don't do the umming, right? It's easy to teach. It's a lot harder to do. But the truth is, if it's super value packed and people only watch 5% of your video, scan, it's like information, boom, boom. They're just, that's the kind of stuff that people are going to stick around for, and they'll watch the full length for. So again, if you're not sure what to do, just be authentic. People love authenticity. They're tired of all the BS. I don't think that it's that big of a formula. I wasn't really prepared today. We just filled 30 minutes with some okay, useful knowledge. Again, if you're seeing this, I'll drop some instructions in the post on CMPI. If it is live, I'll just drop it in the comments. If not, I'll create a post with this video, upload it for you guys. I'll give you some idealistic suggestions, kind of give you an idea of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And put that out there. And if you have any questions or need a hand getting set up, we have time today at we have, I don't know, the calendar's not working. Hop in, just message CMPI, Crypto Money Passive Income Group. One of us will grab it and pass you the calendar link. If you need a one-on-one, we'll get you set up today and get some time with you. There's at least one time slot open today. Otherwise, we can get together tomorrow. And with that, I say thank you. Thank you for joining us at CMPI Group. Thanks for watching the video to this point and taking action. And I would like to open the floor up to ask, what questions do you have for today here in the live group?
I had a couple questions for you. And how long do you normally schedule before you go live? Is it like a half hour or an hour, or do you can go longer? What is your preferred time frame before you to schedule?
Consistency is really what matters. If you're trying to become, and it really depends on what your end goal is. My end goal is to provide value to our group here. And so I put together a schedule like we see right here. And this is when I go live for our group, because the rest of my time is pretty much spent one-on-one with clients or building new companies, building projects, whatever. I am interested in a influencer niche in our industry. I am trying to grow my exposure. And for me, what that looks like today is actually building the useful bits of content that gets given out to the group. We're trying to live in a life of abundance. The way to do that is just to do it. And there's only so many hours in the day or whatever. I can come up with excuses. So instead of excuses, I committed to a certain amount of time. As far as how much time I have to prepare for these lives, each one's a little different. Like the opportunity is an hour long. Team training's 30 minutes plus 30 minutes. So 30 minutes for the live, 30 minutes for hangout and questions, things like that. Software setup is the same thing, 30 minutes for live and 30 minutes for questions. As far as like going live on just Facebook group, just Facebook profile with friends and things that maybe you would find some value, I do try to keep it at least a good 10 minutes, because something happens whenever someone is watching someone else's stream who you don't know. It is possible for you to get notifications or for that video to then show up in your stream. Yesterday, Facebook, I don't want to say yesterday Facebook did it. Yesterday, it became aware to me that Facebook really tightened the reins on the engagement section. So they can determine, based on what we're talking about in our videos and the words that we use in the comments and the things that people are saying, and maybe if we're asking people to say stuff like whatever. Anyhow, if you're catching this in the replay, say replay, right? I think we've all heard people say that. And that for the longest time was a really great, I don't want to say that that's a horrible strategy, because you need to have a call to action. Like YouTube videos, you want people commenting. Twitch videos, you want people sharing and going live. And here we want people commenting. But if done the wrong way, it'll actually reduce your engagement. So does this answer your question? I would say personal profile, try to go live 10 minutes or longer. Most important part is rapid fire value. Give value, give value, give value, unless you're doing a lot of storytelling and your audience is into storytelling. I do have one friend that goes live and they just read books. They just read books, just business books. They just read them. Super boring to me. I don't watch those go lives. I do turn them on and then mute, but that's just shows some support. Versus maybe the way to bring that value for your audience is just one thing that we were practicing yesterday to build a ton of content for one of our clients is just storyboard out. Oh, there's that coffee I spilled. Just storyboard out like days like this. And then you just start to come up with like a category. Okay, well, for my Facebook lives, I like to do a piece of software advice, right? Mindset, skill set, tool set. Those are very common in what I do, affiliate marketing. And so you need all three to really be successful. And so one thing that I like to do is give away these tools. Like in this case, we're talking about OBS. Mindset, you wouldn't be in this group if you didn't already have the mindset. Skill set is something we're developing together, and tool set something I'm sharing in my go lives. So for me, it's no question what I'm doing on Mondays. What tools are we using? How do I bring value to our audience? And from there, I write down 2 or 3 beats. Like today, I knew that I wanted to go live, share Zoom, and show OBS how it works. I knew that at the end of it, I wanted to explain to have high energy, keep people guessing at what's going to happen next, do how-tos and be inspirational. And then also in building a script, grab people's interest, pique curiosity, introduce credibility, give aha moments, and ask them to take action. Does that answer your question sufficiently?
Right on. Yeah, sure does. You know,
I'm just rambling. I think we lost.
I just still want to say it's a good reminder too. Is for some things that I might find simple, or may not be so to others. Except as far as OBS and stuff like that. So right on, man. That's a good reminder. Some of those easier things that I might find easier might not be to other people. So it's good.
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing. Have you heard of imposter syndrome?
No, not particularly.
That one. I think you'll like that one today. I have a friend named Major Hayden here in San Antonio who did a webinar, a course, a live event explaining it and all that stuff. And I found out about it a few years ago and I went, oh, well, that's me. The more we know, it's the curse of knowledge. The more we know, the more likely we are to think that everybody else knows it and therefore doubt ourselves in that knowledge and not realize OBS. I've been using OBS for a decade. Like, it is an old tool to me. I just updated and it's got this different looking interface. I've never seen it look anything like this, but it's the same exact tool. All the buttons are in the same place, whatever. But that kind of stuff's very, very useful. And let's say somebody's making YouTube videos. I was part of it, live videos, right? I gave those 3 tips and then those 5 tips. Well, another 3 tips are like the hot intros, high energy, outcome driven testimonial. So if you're selling a product and you want someone to be able to buy it in less than a minute, high energy, outcome driven, what do you get? And then how did people get it, and show the proof? And you can do that in a minute and get people excited and moving to the next screen in the buy process or whatever. What other questions we got? Anything today here on Zoom? All right. If you do have any questions, you're catching us in the replay here on Facebook, please post them in the comments. We are here to help. If you want to get a one-on-one strategy session or a little hand up with what you're doing, message us in the group. You can just hit the message button in Crypto Mining Passive Income Group. You'll get a hold of me or Corey or one of our partners, and we will get you set up with one-on-one assistance, get this knocked out, whatever it is that you need to do. I challenge you to go live. Let's see it. You gotta make it happen?
Right on.
All right, let's see. Prove it, guys. Thanks for joining, and we will see you soon.